Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Lynn, and today I'm going to show you 4 recipes from my cookbook, Plant-Based Recipes and Meal Options, that are sandwich spreads, and spreads that you could use for crackers, fresh vegetables, or anything to use for a sandwich or a spread. So the first one I'm going to show you is the chickpea olive spread on page 205. And the first thing is I have a can of garbanzo beans. These are organic ones from Winco, and they're really nice. The sodium is only 85, which is very low for beans, for chickpeas. They're getting more and more of those in the stores now, and that's great. So I'm going to put these, I drain them and rinse them, and I'm going to use a pastry cutter that's made for butter, and I'm going to just press the chickpeas and flake them. So I'm not totally mashing them up, I'm just making them like you would have kind of a piece of flaked tuna. So this is a really nice consistency in the mix, so it's not real soft, but you get little flakes of the garbanzo beans. So the next thing I'm going to add is 1/4 cup of the reduced fat veggies, a 1/4 cup of diced celery, 1/4 cup of diced red bell pepper, and 2 minced green onions. A tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, which I used with my trusty lemon squeezer. I have 10 black or green olives. I used 5 of each and I chopped them up. You can use regular black olives. I like these Lindsay natural olives. I used half of the green Spanish olives and half of the black because I like the combination. Then I added a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You can leave the salt out if you'd like. So we are going to just stir this up. It'll last 3 or 4 days in the fridge. The longer it sits, the better the flavors get. For the second recipe, the lemon dill tofu spread, I have 1 container of extra firm organic tofu. This came from Winco. I just put some paper towels around it and just squeezed as much water as I could out of the tofu, and I put it in a bowl. I just broke it up, and I'm going to use my pastry cutter again and press the tofu so it's just all broken up. I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of the veggies. Here. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of finely diced celery, 4 minced green onions, a tablespoon of pickle relish. I use this sweet pickle relish organic from Trader Joe's. It doesn't have, it's just sugar. It's not corn syrup. So I'm going to add that. You could use dill or sweet. Then I'm going to add two tablespoons of minced fresh parsley, tablespoon of lemon juice, some lemon zest, there. And then I have a tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of dried dill, and you want to make sure your dill is fresh in that it's been in the cupboard not that long, like for a long time, but it just has a really good dill flavor. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash lemon pepper seasonings. So I'm just going to mix all that up. It kind of has the consistency of egg salad. It will increase in time as the flavors meld together. But I wanted to show you what I like to do with it, along with the other one, the chickpea olive spread. So this has a lot of protein in it from the tofu. This one has a lot of protein in it from the chickpeas. That's the first two. I'll clean this up and get back to the next ones. Okay, the next spread that I'm going to show you is the cashew cream cheese spread, page 201. And I took 1.5 cups of raw cashews and I soaked them for about an hour in water, and then I drained them. So they're very, very soft. I'm going to add them to the Vitamix. Then I've got 1/4 cup of lemon juice, a half a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash salt-free lemon pepper seasoning, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and 3/4 tablespoon of salt. So I am going to add 5 tablespoons of water, and this amount of water is just enough so it will blend but stay really thick and create the consistency of cream cheese. So you can see it's working pretty hard. I have the press that I'm pushing down, and when it starts to be more an even sound, then it's blending really well. I'm going to just do it for a few more seconds. So you can see when it starts to totally fold over and blend really evenly, it's very smooth. So it's very thick. So I'm going to just put it, I will put it in a container, and it will chill and thicken, and it will be very, very spreadable and thick, like the consistency of cream cheese. So I have cream cheese in parentheses, and what I like to do, if I had chilled this, it would be a little thicker, but you can see, I like to use it on wraps or just on a plain piece of toast with a big bowl of soup. So you can put it on a wrap, add things like tomatoes, maybe just some squished up olives, some lettuce, some cilantro, and it just adds that really nice, creamy taste. Find a knife here. the last topping is the spinach artichoke topping, and it is very easy to make with the food processor. The first thing I'm going to start with is 1 container of the More New Silken Tofu. I have this light firm tofu, and I just cut it off with the scissors at the top and add it to the processor. I have a 1/2 cup of veggies. I have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and I have a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash salt-free lemon pepper seasoning, and 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of oregano. It's a lot of spices. I'm just going to blend this up. Scrape it down. Okay, then I have 1 package of chopped spinach that I thawed, and then I squeezed the water out of it, and I'm going to add that. I have a package of, a can of artichoke hearts, which I need to dice up to make them small, so they're smaller pieces than the quartered. Okay, and then I have a 1/2 cup of water chestnuts that I've diced. They come sliced like this, and I just dice them a little smaller. So I am just going to add so this could be used as a dip, could be used as a sandwich filling, you could use it as just a topping on toast. I should have used a bigger bowl. It's really good on baked potatoes. The longer it sits in the fridge, the better it will taste. It's really good on crackers, and my favorite are the Rivita crackers. The lemon juice is really good in it. It's just a really nice spread that you can use. Wonderful with a bowl of soup. So those were my 4 different topping and spreads, and I hope you will try them and enjoy them. Happy cooking.